Welcome back, my fellow frolfers. Today we are at the Admiral in Semmes, Alabama. It is a top 100 course in the nation, so the point of today's video is to see what makes a top 100 course. We're going to really dive in and examine this course and see what makes it so great. Well, hole one, my initial impressions are pretty good. We've got great tee pads, great signage. Course looks beautiful. Everything looks well kept, at least at the pavilion area up here. Get lucky. Oh, man. Yep, 2 off 1. Taking the wide route. I think it's going to play real nice though. Yeah, I think we're going to like that. I mean, right off the bat, this course just looks beautiful. These tall pines, and the understory is very clear and clean. Big fan so far. Oh, that should be really good. Oh no, gosh. I gotta stop nicing myself, guys. Every time I say it's good, I end up hitting a tree. Short little shot here, but I'm gonna take the Raptor and just see if we can skip it around the corner here. You guys have got to be kidding me. This is not the start that we were hoping for. Get in. Oh, well, we got the bogey out of the way early on the first, so now on to the second. Clear defined path over here to the next tee pad. It's always nice when you don't need UDisc to get around. Basket is right there. We got 252. Tight window to get through initially, and then it just slowly goes to the left. We're gonna go with the Raptor, nice and smooth, and let the disc do the work. Beautiful. Come on, guys. Tell me to shut up when the disc is in the air. So I'm not sure if it's actually true, but on UDisc it said no dogs allowed. So Heiser stayed back in the van today. He didn't get to come along. And also, if you guys obviously probably noticed, but I've got some goggles on today. Contacts have been bothering me. I know you guys have never seen me like this, but this is me with spectacles. It's pretty chilly this morning. It's about 8 a.m. and we're the first ones on the course. A couple other people have pulled up since, but we basically got it to ourselves because nobody's in front of us. Yes, sir. Hole 3 is 246, and there is a lot of trees right in the way, a lot of first availables to hit. I think I'm gonna go with the forehand with the Raptor, just have a better shot of hitting one of those gaps, I think. Yes, made it through. Super, super short, but we made it through the initial gap, and that was my main concern. I think this is a pretty tough birdie. I mean, we're only 2.5 holes in, and it's already pretty clear that this course is gonna live up to the hype. It's beautiful out here. That's so short. Come on. UDisc says this is a 680-foot par 4. Fairway looks relatively open, so we're going to see if we can get some extra distance with the Wraith. Oh, that was so pretty. Keep cruising. I think we're really going to like that. I'm super grateful to get to play all these great courses as I travel around, but I'm curious, what's your guys' favorite course you've ever played? It could be your local 9-hole, or it could be a destination course. I just want to hear about it because odds are I'll be in that area eventually, and I'd love to play it sometime. Still got a long ways into the basket, but that drive's an early contender for shot of the day. Hopefully we can keep them coming like that. Oh yes, that's so good. Guys, I swear, as soon as words come out of my mouth, it smacks a tree. Luckily, we stayed right where we wanted to be with a straight shot at the basket. We do have some guardian trees around the green, so I'm not sure what I want to do here. I think we're just going to go with the forehand right at the trees and hopefully get lucky and skid up to the basket. Just like that. Do you guys feel like when you go to a really nice course that you play better or that you play worse? In general, I feel like I play better. I don't know if it's just because I feel like I should or if it's because the course is actually just better and there's usually less of those random dangling trees and stuff like that. Stuff is usually pretty well kept. Pretty happy with how we're playing so far. POV birdie. There we go. A course with good directional signage and clearly well-defined paths to the next tee and baskets is always going to be ranked higher than anything else. One thing I'm noticing right off the bat, we just had a relatively long par 5. Besides that, like this hole, for example, is 249. The basket's straight ahead, but it's a difficult shot. There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of technicality here. I love that they're using the trees and the landscape to make the course more difficult instead of just adding distance. It feels like a lot of courses just try to make things harder by making things further away, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'd much rather hit the technical lines. I hope I'm not going to jinx myself here, but the forehand is most definitely back. I finally have confidence with it, and now I'm just starting to stretch it out a little bit more and more and get a little bit more distance. I just had to nail down that 200-foot shot again, and now I feel like I can crank up on them a little bit more, start to get them out there a little bit better. I just stubbed my toe so hard on a root, so this course can't get a perfect 5 stars now just because of that, but this birdie was pretty satisfying. Got a 527-foot par 4, straight down the fairway, curves a little bit to the left of the basket. We missed our line, but that should play pretty well. Oh, of course it caught that tree. I think it kicked us into the open, though. We'll take that. Stay straight. Beautiful. Skid up there. Oh, caught a root, but should be within the circle there. Just loving the heck still. Feels good when you can salvage a birdie from a less than ideal initial drive. Got a pretty interesting one here at hole 7, 246 feet, and there's a line of trees straight down the middle, but there's very open fairways on both the right and the left side. Forehand's been feeling really good lately as far as hitting lines goes, so I'm gonna take the left side with the Raptor. Damn, I guess let's try the right side. Yep, should have done that the first time. Well guys, I wasn't gonna make you watch me pitch out from the rough over there with the Raptor, and we were just gonna play from where that zone shot ended up, but nobody told me that there was water here, and our disc is right there. So luckily we can at least see it because that water's pretty murky. Any deeper, I think it would have been a goner. This is a pretty sweet little island green, but you definitely have to lay up here because I don't think it's really, it's damn near impossible for you to ever land on that green. That would have been a pretty disappointing way to lose the zone. As far as what makes a course highly rated, holes like this is awesome, guys. This is something that's unique, it's challenging, it's pretty to look at. I mean, just overall, this is the kind of stuff that I love to see on a disc golf course. And I can understand why this course is so highly rated. And a hole like that last one makes me glance over this one a little bit. This is a pretty boring one, 478 feet, just dead straight in a wide open field, but I'm happy I just got to play an awesome hole, so this one's not too bad. Now that we're at basically no elevation, that DD3 is getting pretty flippy on me, which I don't mind. I've really been enjoying that S-line DD3, but with the traveling that I've been doing, going up and down an elevation, it makes it very difficult to know what your disc is gonna do. Not the best drive in the world, but we weren't gonna reach it regardless, so as long as we can play this up close, we'll be just fine. Just like that. I might have lied, guys. I might keep that A5 around. Not as an overstable approach disc because I still do want that. And I'm not sure if the zone is it yet or not, but like I said before, the A5 kind of flies like a Hex OS, and I kind of like it for that. Gotta capitalize on these soft par 4s. First real complaint about this course is 8's hole just went all the way down this field back to that basket that we just birdied, but then we got to walk all the way back across this field just to throw the opposite direction for hole 9. Not my favorite when courses are laid out like this, and there's plenty of room out here that they could have done that differently. So hole 9's 273 dead straight up the hill. One of those holes that looks deceptively close. I think it's going to play a lot further than it actually is. So we're going to disc up to the eagle. Oh yes, that is so good. Let's get up there. Look at that, little pull action. Feels so good when a plan comes together. Oh, man guys, I'm really not good at this POV birdie thing. I like it better when I just park my drive so I don't have to make these testy birdie putts. Haven't taken the putters out in a while though, so we'll get them some use. Oh man. Yep, didn't follow through on that first one. I knew it. Got another interesting one here. We've got 405 feet. It's a par 4. The basket is actually out and across that water. I honestly don't know if I have the balls to try to carry that water or if I should lay up in front of it. It's probably a good 400 foot drive over that water. I don't know if it's a good idea. T-pad's also covered in a layer of dirt and mud. Looks like some rain did that. I won't hold the course accountable for that. The T sign even shows to lay up and then throw across the water. So I think that's what the better play to do is. Don't really feel like losing a disc today, guys. Sorry. Just gonna toss the halo arrow out there. Just like that. Don't think we could have done that much better. This is what I would call a make or break round buster hole, you know, because if you go for that and you actually clear the water and get yourself a 2 on this par 4, that's killer. I mean, that's gonna really help your round. But if you don't do that, you end up in the water, you can quickly end up with a double bogey. Well, we managed to get as close to the water as possible without going in, so that's solid. But there's a very small landing zone over by the basket, so I think going for it would be pretty stupid unless you have very, very accurate 400 foot power. Ah, sit down, sit down. That skip scared me a little bit for a second. Yes. See guys, I think just playing smart, playing for the bird and not getting greedy going for the eagle is just the way to do it. Just gotta take it easy out here guys, sip on some coffee and cash birds. We've got 241 feet here, dead straight. There's a couple trees guarding the fairway there. This just brings me to a point of something that I don't really like about courses, and something that, for me, brings the ratings down a little bit. The sign here says 227, UDisc says 241. That's obviously not a huge discrepancy, but the fact that they're not actually accurate on the tee signs does bother me a little bit. I know that a lot of times it's because basket positions moved, and one thing I would like to see on tee signs change is maybe have multiple different distances for each basket position, and then some sort of marker just to mark which basket position it's actually in. I know it's nitpicky, but that's something that I think would really take disc golf courses to the next level. I find myself grabbing for this A5 quite a bit, especially when I can do that with it. I think we ended up a little short left. To me, the hand feel of the A5 is just so similar to the Hex, which I obviously love. So just having a little bit extra stability gives me just a little bit more confidence on some of these holes where the Hex, not that I'm afraid it's gonna flip over, but it does have the potential, and I can hyzer flip that disc pretty easily. The A5 is a pretty straight shooter. Well, we didn't end up short. We're just past the pin, happy with that. Ended up a little bit left. That's the stability of that disc that I was hoping for. I don't like straddle putts though. Another positive about this course, there seems to be a good variety of shot shapes. So it's not always the same right to left or left to right or dead straight shots. Lots of variety between those. We've got 281 feet with a slight turn to the right. If I had my old fuse that I could turn over very easily and glide down that fairway, that would be perfect. The new fuse just doesn't do that yet, so I'm gonna take the Raptor on a forehand. Oh, we got that pretty high. I think we're gonna be safe though. Oh, guys, tell me to shut up every time. I'm a pretty superstitious guy, especially coming from a baseball background. If you guys know baseball players, we're all super superstitious. I've never been big on nicing someone where the disc is in the air, you say, oh, good shot, and it hits a tree. Some people get really butthurt about that. I've never really thought it was that serious or that real of a thing, but today it is changing my mind. Every single time that I've complimented my own shot, it's hit a tree. Looks like this lone tree in the fairway was the culprit right here. I'm gonna take just a little bit of casual relief so we're not standing in the water here. See if we can make this C2 putt. Gross. Oh, can't get it there. Guys, I saw a video recently, you guys may have seen it too, but Ricky Wysocki was explaining how he does long, spinny jump putts, and he says he gets his arm all the way out and then he flicks it with his wrist. That's what I tried to do there on that first one. Ended up horribly. The second one I tried to do my own way, hit the line, but ended up way short. I just don't know what to do. I gotta say, I really like all these little bridges that they've got going over all these little creeks. I mean, every single little body of water or stream or anything that you gotta cross has these nice wooden bridges, and it's just a nice touch. Hole 14 is another par 4. I can't see the basket. It looks like it goes really hard over to the right, so we're gonna play some strategic golf. Just gonna throw the Raptor on a forehand up there, get us in position to attack the basket. Might have cut that corner a little tight. Hopefully we're still in the middle of the fairway. Well, the basket is straight ahead down there. We did curl off the fairway a little bit, but we ended up in the open, but we're behind these little bush shrub tree deal thingies, and I'm not sure how we're gonna get to the basket. Come on, turn. No, I pretty much never throw rollers, and that's why, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing when I do it. This is one of the prettiest fairways I think that there's been on the course so far, and I wish we could actually spend some time in it. Perfect. I don't think you guys have any idea how thankful I am to have the forehand back. I was such a forehand dominant player for such a long time, so not having it at all for a while has been really killing me. Gotta keep practicing this. Almost missed. So hole 15 is another par 4. Sign says 489, another split fairway we got here. I do really like the look of the forehand route, but the short pad is actually on this right side and they use the right side fairway. So strategically, I feel like that's probably the better route, because if the short pad is already set up in that fairway, odds are it's gonna give me a better look. We'll see if it plays out. I think that's going to work out pretty well. Guys, I'm not just saying it because it's a top rated course, but this is one of the most fun rounds I've had in quite a while. I don't know why, but it just feels really good. Hitting these lines feels really nice. I mean, it's just a satisfying course to play. There's enough trees here to make it difficult, but the course winds through them nicely to make them actually part of the course, not just in the way. Oh, that is so good. I'm so glad I got the side hand back. It just feels like the course has opened up so much more for me now that I can throw both ways again. I don't have to turn everything over with a backhand with a really touchy, tricky shot. I can just whip it out the other way and... Oh, that didn't sound quite right. We must be doing something right if we get to practice this many POV birdies. We're gonna get it right eventually. That was a pretty good one, I think. Oh, I love the arrow. Oh, scared the chains just a little bit. The arrow is so good. The arrow is a very, very similar disc to the Glitch as far as what you use it for. And it is a max weight disc, but it's still not the best in the wind, I will admit. But it just feels a lot better in the hand for me than the Glitch. The Glitch doesn't feel at all like a disc golf disc, and that's always just kind of bothered me a little bit. I still like the Glitch, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Glitch hater, but the arrow for me just fits my hand just a little bit better. And the arrow I can throw really far very easily. It is a very glidey disc, but it just seems to go forever. Another par 4, 579 feet, slightly to the left. I'm really enjoying this course, guys. Not gonna lie, it does help a little bit that we're on a bit of a heater, but this is so much fun. Like, that just feels so good. That is what disc golf, that is the epitome of disc golf right there. Hyzer flipping laser beams. I played like absolute ass when I played with Broderick back in Arizona, so I'm looking forward to meeting back up with him again and getting a little rematch action going. The basket is down to the right over around this corner. Cut ourselves off just a little bit, but I think we'll be all right. Just like that. Yes. I think we're still a ways short, but from where we're at, it's really all I could ask for. Might not have the greatest look at birdie, but we should easily be able to get the par. Guys, I've only ever played one other round ever wearing my glasses, so maybe the goggles are what was needed, and we're just on fire right now. Okay, so we're way closer than I thought. Now we have a birdie putt that we shouldn't miss, so pressure's on. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Can't win them all. We've got a 655-foot par 5 to cap things off here on the 18th. I've got absolutely no idea where the basket is, but there's a clearly well-defined fairway, so we're just gonna shoot down it. I think I figured out one of the biggest reasons why I like this course, and maybe just why I like this area. I really love how the trees just go straight up, and there's not a whole bunch of branches down low. It adds the obstacles of the trees with the trunks, but you don't deal with all those little twigs that your disc randomly finds. Oh, it's so good. Oh no, big skip into the rough there. That might not be good. Well, we're actually worse off than I thought. We took a big skip and we went into this little clearing and then into the rough. So we almost have to go backwards just to get out. I think I'm just gonna throw a little roller here and see if we can get lucky and get around the corner just a little bit. A lot of roots in the way too though. Just like that. That's about all we could do. About a 25-foot shot, but puts us back in the fairway. We should be able to attack the basket now. The basket is still way up there, so we're just gonna huck it up there as far as we can. Hey, we made it all the way up there without hitting anything, so that's a positive. I was looking around and couldn't find that hex anywhere, and look at this, we actually parked it for bird. Did not expect that after having to pitch that little roller out on the drive, but we just birdied that. The course must like us as much as we like it. I'm usually not one to give out 5 stars. I'm more of a 4.5 kind of guy because I always think there can be something better. And there could be some small improvements here. I mean, some more trash cans. I don't think I saw really any on the tee pads or anything, but some trash cans is really all I could say. This course is incredible. 100% would recommend. If you guys are ever in the Southern Alabama area, highly recommend playing the Admiral. Thank you guys for coming along and playing with me. I had a blast out here. This is one of the most fun courses I've played in a long time. So thank you guys for watching as always. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.